Hebrews 11:1 is one of the most profound and famous definitions of faith in the entire Bible. But this verse isn't just a definition of faith, it's an invitation to live it out. This verse gives us a foundation for understanding what it actually looks like to live with hope and trust God, even when life feels uncertain. This isn't just a verse to memorize, it's a lifeline, an anchor for our faith. It shows us how faith can transform us and reminds us of God's promises. If you spend a few minutes exploring what Hebrews 11:1 means, I believe your faith will be encouraged. Let's start by looking at what it says. Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for, an assurance about what we do not see. As we seek to look at what this verse means, it's important that we start by looking at the context in which we find this verse. Previously in Hebrews 10, the author is talking about the faithfulness of God. And in Hebrews 11, the focus shifts to our faithfulness. And this chapter has become one of the most known and loved chapters on faith. So much so that it's earned the nickname the Faith Chapter. In Hebrews 11, we see a clear definition and examples of what true faith looks like. And that's followed by an encouragement and a challenge for us to actually go live it out. If we have faith, then it should be followed by obedience. And what the author does in this chapter is defines faith as trust. To place our faith in God means that we actually trust Him. And that's what we're going to see as we look at what Hebrews 11:1 means. So let's dive into this incredible passage and see what it holds for us today. To help you better understand what Hebrews 11:1 means, I'm going to break this verse down into two different sections. And it starts off with a statement that now faith is the substance of things hoped for. Faith is the substance or the confidence of what we hope for. The author here is saying that our faith is the foundation for the Christian life. So what is the substance? What instills this confidence that we hope for? And the answer is simple. It's Jesus. It's the work that He's done for us that can be the firm foundation for which we build our faith upon. Now, this isn't blind faith. These words that the author uses show us that there's some kind of substance or evidence for us to trust God. Christianity is a reasonable faith. In other words, there's a firm foundation for us to build our faith upon. And in the first part of Hebrews 11:1, we see the author telling us that there are valid reasons for us to place our trust, our faith in God. We can have secure hope in Christ. And he continues on by saying the evidence of things not seen. Now, just because there are real reasons to have faith, we also don't have the full picture from our point of view. We have evidence of the things we hope for, but we do not yet fully see these things. The word here for evidence or assurance is a Greek word that was commonly used for confidence. And again, the author here is showing us that though we might not be able to fully see yet, or fully understand everything yet, we can still be confident in our faith. And therefore, what we should do is hold firm. We should not just say we have confidence, but actually display our confidence. We should live confidently in what Jesus has done for us. I love how Dr. Tom Constable sums up this verse. He says it this way. Essentially, faith is confidence that things, yet future and unseen, will happen as God has revealed they will. This is the basic nature of faith. Hebrews 11:1 describes faith rather than defining it. You see, faith is living confidently and trusting that God's promises will come true. We can have this confidence because of what He's done for us in the past, and we look confidently towards the future and what He will do. Now that we've looked at what Hebrews 11:1 means, I want to end by giving you 3 practical ways you can apply this verse to your life today. And the first way is this: to trust God fully. You see, our faith begins with trust. It means believing that what God says is best, even when things don't make sense or life seems uncertain. Philip Yancey describes faith as believing in advance what will only make sense in reverse. And this is what the author of Hebrews is trying to get us to understand, that we need to trust God. And to trust God means that we listen to him even when it might not make sense. It means that we follow what he says is best, even when there's other voices around us telling us something else. To have faith means to trust that things will be made right for all who place their faith in God. This is the foundation of our faith, to place our trust in God. And the second way that we can apply Hebrews 11:1 to our life is to focus on the unseen. As we go about life, we're often tempted to live by what we see in front of us. And when life isn't going the way we expect, it's easy for us to assume that God isn't in control or that he doesn't care for us. The problem is we can't see what God sees. And followers of Jesus are called to take a different approach to life. Rather than focusing only on what's happening around us, we need to look to what we cannot see. We look past our struggles and toward God. And Hebrews 11:1 is challenging us to do just this, to cling to the hope we have in God. We should place our trust in him even when we can't fully see him. That's what Christians are called to do, to cling to the promises that God has made. Rather than looking to what we can see around us, we should look to what God has done and what he has promised. And the last thing we should do is we should cling to hope in the dark. The reality is, in this life, we're all going to go through dark seasons. We will all face struggles, go through suffering, have grief and loss. And it's in these times that we need to cling to the hope we have in God. Jesus never promised us an easy life, but he did promise us that he would be with us. He did promise us that one day all the things that are wrong will be made right and that we will spend eternity with him. We can have an incredible hope in him. Yes, we will face trials, but they are temporary, and you will never walk alone. Don't miss this. God is with you right now, and he will lead you through whatever you are facing. His promises are still true, so cling to him. Cling to that hope and remind yourself in those dark times, don't lose sight. Hebrews 11:1 is a powerful verse that calls us to live out our faith. It won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. Don't let this be just another verse to memorize, but take some time and pray over it and actually live it out. Because I believe if you do that, you will see your faith grow tremendously. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it encouraged you and challenged you to live out your faith. If it did, would you leave a comment down below letting me know what God is speaking to you in your life right now? And don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date on future content that's coming out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.